Hi, Kevin. Thank you for joining me today.
Hi, Linda. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to talk to you and share our journey with you and your audience.
To start, could you briefly share your background and your current role at Almac Clinical Services?
My name is Kevin Cheong, Director Clinical Operations for APAC at Almac Clinical Services. My role is very much about leadership and long-term growth, supporting and developing our APAC teams to manage the supply, packaging of clinical trial drugs for our customer. I'm based in Singapore, as you know, and the purpose of Almac Singapore Hub is to expand our regional presence and continue the build reliable, high quality clinical supply solutions that our customer can trust. I've been in this role for the past 12 years. I had the privilege of being part of the Almac growth journey right from the beginning. Just to give you some context, we began with a committed team of 6%, a small team, but over time, we have grown into a regional hub of approximately 130 staff now. When I first joined the business in 2013, my focus was on starting and leading Almac's clinical supply capability across the region. Initially, I managed clinical technology business unit, but as the business evolved, I transitioned into clinical service, which allowed us to broaden our impact and better support our clients in the region.
You mentioned your experience with clinical technology business unit. For those who may not be familiar with Almac's structure, could you explain how clinical technology differs from clinical services within the Almac Group?
Well, that's a good question, Linda. Almac Clinical Services is our brick and mortar business in which there's a lot of physical activities involved, such as receiving of clinical trial materials into our facility, inventory management, secondary and primary production, distributions, and also returns. On the other hand, Almac Clinical Technology focus on building and implementing our IRT system, short for Interactive Response Technology for our clients. The main use for an IRT system is inventory management, site recruitment, as well as randomization.
Kevin, you've been with Almac for more than 12 years and were involved in establishing the Singapore facility. Looking back on your journey, is there one milestone you feel particularly proud of?
One of the key milestones I'm particularly proud of was completing our setup in Japan office back in 2020, which marked an important step in expanding our footprint and strengthening our local expertise. This was really important to us because hiring local Japanese talent and being physically there will help us to bridge any language gap and enhance our customer experience in Japan. In 2021, we took on another significant step forward by expanding our cold chain 2 to 8 capability in Singapore, ensuring that we could meet the increasing demand of clinical trials in the region, particularly in respect of our cold chain capability.
Over the past decade, how have client needs and expectations evolved in the APEC region?
APAC role has certainly shifted over the past 10 years. Traditionally, APAC was often seen as an operational cost-driven region. Today, it is a drug development powerhouse, accounting for over 50% of the clinical trials run globally between 2017 to 2021. Take China for example. China now account for almost 30 to 40% of the clinical trial in Asia. This is a market that one cannot ignore. Sponsor now also wants partner to be involved much earlier in clinical trial design, as well as supply chain strategy and regional planning. There is really a strong demand for partners who can combine global standards and deep local regulatory knowledge and operational insights as well. Biologics, vaccine, cell gene therapies, and personalized medicine have also grown in recent times. This is why our facility in Singapore has recently received GMP certificate from the Health Science Authority of Singapore for cell tissue gene therapy products. This underlines our commitment to meet our changing demand from our customer.
I understand that GMP certification for cell, tissue, and gene therapy products is different from conventional pharmaceutical GMP. What does achieving this certification from the Health Sciences Authority Singapore actually mean in practice?
Well, simply put, this certification allows Almac to handle a wider range of advanced therapeutic products. It is not an easy task to obtain such certification. We must prove to the regulatory bodies that we have the right expertise, the process, and experience, as well as tools to manage such products within our facility itself. I believe only limited number of facilities in Singapore currently hold this certification, which position Almac as a trusted regional partner for sponsors developing advanced therapies.
That's impressive. And what other capabilities does the Almac Singapore facility offer to support increasingly complex clinical trials in APAC?
Cold chain and specialized handling are now the baseline requirement, not differentiators. Timeline are also being compressed with less tolerance for rigid global model. We saw this especially in COVID. Therefore, clients value regional centers of excellence that could make decisions locally and respond quickly. Regulatory maturity across APAC has also increased significantly. Take, for example, shipments released from EU would require a qualified person. This requirement has gradually made its way into Asia. In Almac Singapore, we have incorporated this into our process, and now we have our own authorized person for shipment release as well. There's also been a clear shift towards decentralized, patient-focused design, requiring partners to be more agile, flexible, and responsive to any change in the supply chain. To summarize, clients today expect partners who can combine global capability and deep local insights, as well as genuine commitment to patients. And this is what we stand for in Almac.
Almac recently announced a multi-million pound investment in Singapore. What were the key drivers behind this decision?
Well, that's a very good question, Linda. APAC is one of the fastest growing market for clinical trials. Clients require cutting edge capability, warehouse capacity, and cold chain infrastructure, as well as advanced supply chain solutions, especially for managing complex biologics and temperature sensitive products. This investment actually builds on our prior capital deploy, including a 3.2 million Singapore dollars expansion to add a new -25 to -15 degrees Celsius frozen facility that quadruple floor space and added 500 storage location. In addition to this, there's also an added dedicated frozen production area. This is certainly a significant investment for us, which supports Almac 5 years regional strategy, including expanding our -20 capacity, secondary cold chain packaging, and temperature control supply services to meet our evolving clients' expectations and rising demand. Singapore's strategic position and our strength in clinical packaging capabilities make it ideal as a regional hub for both APAC and global support, enabling faster responsiveness and higher service quality. Ultimately, the investment ensure Almac can help sponsor delivering the right products at the right time, at the right conditions, improving operational outcome and patient's experience.
From a sponsor's perspective, what enhanced capabilities or benefits can they expect from this new investment?
This investment significantly enhanced our Singapore facility, giving clients access to expanded cold chain storage, handling, as well as secondary packaging capabilities. We are increasing our ability to manage temperature-sensitive products, including frozens and ultra-low temperature materials, which is critical for more biologics and advanced therapies entering into the clinical development space. Clients will also benefit from greater capacity, scalability, and resilience, helping them to manage larger and more complex trials with confidence. The expanded infrastructures also improve speeds and flexibility, allowing us to respond quickly to the changing study demand across APAC. More importantly, it strengthens our business continuity and risk mitigation, ensuring product integrity.
You mentioned that Almac's 5-year regional strategy includes increased -20 degrees Celsius frozen capacity and expanded secondary packaging capabilities. How do these upgrades translate into operational improvements?
The increase in storage capacity and our secondary packaging capabilities under -20 degrees Celsius conditions would certainly allow more work to be done locally within APAC Hub. As study expands in patient numbers, geographic locations, as well as phases, clients can now benefit from ready-to-scale frozen storage capacity without the need of changing suppliers or locations during mid-trial. This shortens the lead time for packaging, labeling, as well as resupply. This is especially critical when timelines are compressed or any changes in the requirement. By segregating the storage as well as the secondary packaging area, the division of responsibility within the storage and the production team are well defined, which result in better oversights, reduced production errors, and lower risk to the operations. This upgrade reinforced Singapore as a regional centers of excellence, enabling faster distribution across APAC, as well as supporting global trials strategies.
Cold chain management is a critical element of clinical trials. How is Almac working to prevent temperature excursions?
That's a good question. Almac deliver a connected end-to-end temperature management solutions covering manufacturing, storage, transit, and site handling. This ensures full visibility and control across the entire clinical supply chain that works to reduce the likelihood and increase the detectability of the excursion. Our Temp Easy platform centralizes temperature data and enable fast, effective excursion adjudications. So even if there were temperature excursion during transit, trends can be quickly spotted and problems can be quickly fixed. We also deploy validated monitoring tools such as iTech 4 and recommended third-party device to provide continuous temperature monitoring and transparency. For example, for high-value shipments, we can even track both the internal and external temperature, as well as the location of the shipments via GPS. This allows us real-time data monitoring and intervene and prevent shipments excursion during ground transit. Innovative systems such as the Almac Pod are designed to maintain stable conditions in transit. It reduces temperature excursion by utilizing phase change technology. By combining all this technology, expertise, and proactive risk management, we support sponsors to protect product integrity, maintain trial momentum, and uphold patient safety.
APAC continues to be one of the fastest growing regions for clinical trials. And what key trends are you seeing? And how is Almac adapting its clinical operations to meet rising demand?
As you can see, sponsor expects faster study startup, rapid resupply, adaptive trial logistics. They are increasingly running more complex and multi-country trials in the region. Therefore, regional hubs must be empowered to make quick operation decisions without waiting for the global team approvals. Growth in biologics, cell gene therapy, and personalized medicines have also grown in demand for more complex supply chain, which includes the need for more robust cold chain management as well as secure logistics. From a geographical viewpoint, the world is increasingly becoming uncertain. For example, we witnessed this last year when US implemented the tariffs. Our logistic team, in order to deal with this, have to work tirelessly with the operation team and the courier to keep us up to date with the situation and ensure seamless shipments to various sites. Lastly, APAC market have seen growing regulatory complexity. Sponsor needs partners like us who understand local regulatory and can ensure compliance and quality oversights across multiple countries.
Finally, from your perspective as a clinical operations director, looking ahead, what are your key priorities for further strengthening Almac clinical services in APAC?
Well, the future is AI-driven and data-led, with supply chain acting as an integrated data hub connecting sponsors, sites, depots, as well as courier and patients in real time. At Almac, we prioritize adopting new technologies through a rigorous process of testing, validations, and continuous improvement. By staying ahead of the AI advancement, through a number of initiatives that we have, we are dedicated to deliver solutions that precisely meet our clients' needs, as well as fostering confidence and trust in our capability. This will enable predictive planning, smarter forecasting, process improvement, waste reduction, and faster decision making, creating more proactive operations. As decentralized and hybrid trial expand, supported by home-based participation, my next priority is to ensure the supply chain is agile, compliant, and designed around patients' experience. This includes supporting new delivery models while working closely with the regulators and our partners. Beyond Singapore, we are also focusing on deepening our partners network and expanding our presence in the high growth APAC market, such as China and South Korea, where trial volumes and complexities are increasing rapidly. Another key priority for me is evolving our service offering to support these emerging sponsors as they move into global development, providing the infrastructures, expertise, and scalability that they need. And finally, continued investment in Singapore is a key. Ultimately, my focus is to ensure Almac lives and breathes its supply with care ethos and stay closely aligned with our clients, anticipating their every needs, enabling their growth, as well as delivering trusted and compliant patient-focused clinical supply solutions across APAC.
Kevin, thank you for sharing your insights and your journey with the Almac Clinical Services. As Almac Singapore marks its 10th anniversary, we wish you continued success and look forward to the next chapter of growth for Almac in the region. I really enjoyed our conversation today, and I also look forward to visit your facility in the near future.
Thank you very much, Linda. Thank you for making it easy. The pleasure is really mine. I also look forward for you coming over to Singapore, and maybe perhaps by then we can do another interview together. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you.